Well, greetings, Earthlings and fellow zombie fans. What's going on? Hey, thanks for checking out the channel. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. Get everything geek related, conspiracy theories, and some fun shit. Click this little subscribe button. But I wanted to give, so I reviewed and watched the first 15 minutes of Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead last week. And of course, I just watched the movie that came out on the 21st because it came out on my birthday. No big deal. But I wanted to give a quick little review of this movie. I personally, I'm a big zombie fan. Is the genre, has it died down over the years? Maybe, but you look at like Zack Snyder's first zombie flick and first major flick, Dawn of the Dead, which was just a excellent movie, right? And then, from there, the zombie genre kind of got made fun of a couple times. Then you have The Walking Dead, which was good for a few seasons, and then it got kind of tiresome after that. I think what Zack's done here is incredible. Another masterpiece that he's done. By the way, spoiler alert. So first, let's talk about the film itself, the way it's shot. It's very Snyder, which is a lot different than Dawn of the Dead, because he's grown as a director, and the way he shoots it is so personable, and the aperture that he does, so the depth to feel of each character, like Dave Bautista, for example, and you're watching this character kind of grow throughout the movie. It's a very personal touch. So the way he films this and shoots this, and I assume from what I've heard in interviews, he shot pretty much the entire thing on his own in a very videography, photography type of style with that very low aperture. I think it was like 1.3 or something he said in an interview. So the depth of field, you see that fuzzy background. It's very personable, and it's just shot beautifully. That's one thing to consider. You can even see from this trailer, it's just a gorgeous movie in my opinion. So if you take aside from the zombie element, it's just a great movie that was shot. Which he does, a great job with all of his films. The one thing I thought that was super interesting about this is you feel for the zombies that I don't think it's been done in a zombie movie, where there's a side of the characters that you don't typically see, which is there's a lot of, backstory on the zombies throughout the movie. There's some kind of hints of these zombies are kind of also more human than we think. I don't want to give away a lot of the movie, but there's a big storyline there, and they still don't talk. They're still, but it's definitely explained a different way and shown a different way. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I've never seen that in a zombie movie, so I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And you don't really get an origin story either, which is kind of cool. He does something spectacular, I think, which I'd love to see in a lot of different movies. Is they actually have in the credits and the pre-credits, it kind of shows an origin story, similar to what maybe you saw in like Justice League and the new Justice League, where it gives you that origin story in the pre-credits, so you don't have to waste an hour into the movie dealing with, Dave Bautista and why he's, in the position he is with his family, because it kind of explains it a little bit in that origin story in the pre-credits. And then throughout the movie, you kind of get little nuggets here and there where he's trying to reconcile his relationship with his daughter, and then you get some flashbacks, throughout the movie that kind of explain, and that goes with each character. So again, I thought that was really interesting because within the first 15 minutes, you get into the action. There's no explaining, 5 different characters and their origin story and all that shit. So I really enjoyed that aspect. I thought that was really well done. And, of course, what do we want from a zombie movie? We want a lot of zombies. We want a lot of action scenes. And these zombies in particular were really radical because, again, different than any other zombie movie that you've seen, because they're very much a different breed of zombie. It's a zombie that you don't typically see. They're faster, they're stronger, they have more emotions. They're not just kind of that walking around bullshit. They're tactical. There's a lot of scenes in this movie where you're like, oh shit, I've never seen that in a zombie before. So I thought that was kind of cool, the way they built on the zombie characters. And then, there's a lot of great scenes in there. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but One scene in particular was with the zombie tiger, which you see in the trailer. But again, spoiler alert, when the zombie tiger rips apart, I don't want to say who it was, but rips apart somebody, it's like a 3-minute scene where it's very like Revenant, that movie with Leo DiCaprio, where he gets ripped apart by the bear. It's very like, it's got that feel. It's pretty gruesome. It makes you kind of, you know what I mean? That's a really cool scene. But I got a lot of favorite scenes in there. Again, I think a lot of them, they're just very unique and different than a lot of other zombie flicks. And then if you appreciate the actual film itself and how it came to be, so I don't want to get too much into this, but there was some reshoots that had to be done. And Tig Notaro, who's in the movie, Tig's, a great comedian. She's got a really cool documentary. I think it's on Netflix. It's called Tig. Check that out. But she's great. And she was in the whole movie, but they had to green screen her in because of the pandemic and reshoots. The entire movie, you see her in there, and she's with the cast, and she's doing the lines, but it's all done green screen. She was not with any of the actors at all, because this was all done after the movie was made. Just incredible, when you appreciate how it was filmed and you appreciate all that stuff. I thought it was a really good movie. Probably one of the most fun movies I've seen this year. But there's going to be criticism, obviously, with people that aren't into the genre. But again, I think when you look at any movie, right, you got to look at all aspects of it. Was the acting an A+ for all characters? Not really. But when you go into a movie like this, I mean, what are you expecting? I kind of look at it like Mortal Kombat. Like, do you expect them to win Oscars for acting? No, you want the fight scenes, right? So that, I think, is the most important thing to me with this. And it delivers. It delivers action. It delivers a really cool story, something unique. The filming, obviously, is great, just like Snyder's films. It just was shot beautifully and very aesthetic. And then, the soundtrack was great. The music was picked perfectly. There's some really cool scenes in there that I think you guys will enjoy. And then, of course, leaving us wanting more, right? The only criticism I would probably say is towards the end, I would love to see, spoiler alert, I would love to see Dave Bautista go a little bit more hard with the main zombie, the king. That was kind of short-lived. I thought that could have been like another 4 minutes and maybe a change of venue, because the ending of the movie kind of left me wanting I wish they fought a little bit more, because Dave Bautista's such a badass, and that king was such a badass. I wanted them to fight a little bit more, but it was great. I thought the ending was really cool, and then it sets up for an interesting sequel potentially that I did not see coming. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. I thought it was going to go a different way, but it ended up going that route, and I was like, that's interesting. So really cool. Again, definitely highly recommend it, even if you're not too big into zombies. I just think it's a really cool story, and it's not as much as you think. It's more of the characters. It's some really good character building and a very interesting story. So well done, Zack Snyder, again. I enjoyed it. And the fact it was on Netflix, even though it was in theaters for a little bit, the fact I was able to watch it at home just made it even better. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you watch this flick, I'd love to get your take on it. And if you have any other reviews that are maybe on YouTube, send those links in the comments as well, because I'd love to check them out as well. But all right, until next time, peace.